Greetings and salutations, folks. My name is Nick, and welcome back to Streets of Rage 3, where we don't have much left on us. We only have like a couple lives left, maybe one continue at best. 3 levels to go. We might be starting over, but let's see what happens when we get there. In the meantime... damn it. Wow. Again, I'm gonna have to look up other footage of this game to see it's always this fast, because, wow. Oh. Because this is a lot faster of a game than I expected. Damn it. Damn it. I thought I had pressed the right buttons, but I clearly did not. Or at the very least, I pressed other buttons first, and then got overruled. Oh, great. So now he is done with. He is done with. Let us move on. Fabio. Ah, 1-up. In the wild. I didn't even know those existed. These free-range 1-ups. Oh my gosh. Oh, crap. Like, that guy's blocking so many hits. He's blocking every single, like, jump kick mid-animation, to the point in which, like, Blaze is just slowing down mid-air. There we go. There we go. Ah. Ah. It's not very... Oh my god. It's not very easy in regards to this game when, like, enemies move so quickly. And also, I'm not entirely sure how this music is meant to be thematically... Oh my gosh. Thematically related. Like, I can barely even see their movements at this point. Like, their kicks are just so fast. Okay, at the very least, there's just one guy left. So it shouldn't be too big of a problem to get rid of this last guy, despite the fact that my end is, without a doubt, coming up very shortly. But we'll see how far I can go. That was a waste of an apple. Ah, Julio. Yeah, might as well use the special to give us a little bit of range between these groups. Oh, son of... Oh. It's a knife-wielding guy. Ah, damn it. It was a sacrificial grab. He knew that I was about to grab him. and lure all of his cronies in. Ugh. All it takes is just one cheap hit. One more quick. But I guess maybe not from this. Nope, there you go. And thusly the journey comes to an end. Alright. I think I'm more or less where I left off. Repeatedly getting beaten up by the same enemies. But that is a-okay. Oh my... Like, that kick looks like it's a lot shorter range than it actually is. So, even though I just died, I am technically doing much better than I was previously. I still have, I think, 2 continues. I've got a pretty decent stock of lives. Despite what Fabio is attempting to accomplish here. Almost attempting to accomplish. There we go, we got him. Yeah, okay. This is where I left off. There we go. I was gonna try to grab him and throw him backwards, but... There we go. Ah. How rude of him to try to knock me out of the sky. I apologize if I become strangely quiet every now and again, because I find that this game requires a lot more concentration than your typical Streets of Rage game. Simply because of... Oh my gosh. Simply because of things like that. Simply because I'm surrounded by crap loads of dudes. Like, unnecessary amounts of dudes. The game looked at the previous games in the series and was like, you know, what can we do to make things more difficult? Let's just surround you with crap loads of dudes. Ike! Oh, I almost... For a second there, I thought I had thrown him backwards. Ah, damn it. I grabbed him and got hit by the flame at the same time. Oh, son of a... Ah, damn it. And I bet if I, one screen later, there's probably going to be, like, a health thing on the floor. That's how it always is. Also, for this, like, second playthrough, like, I keep finding myself in an area where there's, like, a turkey or something. Oh, look, there's a turkey. Sir, do you have to block everything? I mean, like, everything? Can you block, like, only some of the things? But I found myself in situations where there's a turkey, and I'm like never quite certain exactly when I'm supposed to pick it up. Like, when do you get to transition to the next area versus... son of a... versus when, are you going to get surrounded by another large group of gang members? Like, I'm gonna... Oh, there's, this guy. I'm gonna risk it and pick it up now. But, there have been several times where I'm like, maybe I'll put off picking up the turkey for a little bit. And only to find myself, finishing off the last group of people in that area. Which did not work out in this occasion. Oh, so Ice is almost down. Let's get rid of him. Oh, and he got replaced by more of his kind. Like Jules. I don't know how that didn't work. I'm fairly positive I pressed the right button combination, but it did not take, so I must not have. Ah. Jules, must you really interrupt? Is this it? Oh, another elevator fight. Is that what's going on here? Of course, it's not Streets of Rage unless there's an elevator fight. Yeah, what a dick. Are the leopards basically just an ordinary enemy version of Shiva? I think so. Also, it looks like I am doing some chip damage. Not much, but some. Which is greater than 0. 1 is greater than... Oh my gosh. And they all have knives. Ah. All I'm hoping for, like, I suppose the main thing that I feel like I need to worry about is the inevitable boss rush mode. Ah, damn it. This confined amount of space does not work out for me. Confined spaces are without a doubt my weakness. Damn it. There we go. There goes one of them. Come on, get up. Get up. And there goes the other. Alright. You know, whoever hit all the buttons on this elevator so it stops on every floor is very, very inconsiderate. Also, I don't remember if this was a thing in previous Streets of Rage games, but I don't remember you to be able to just do combos without getting any hits in. That was a terrible attempt at escape. How many floors is this building, anyway? Ah. Okay, so that gets rid of one of them, it seems like, and that should get rid of another. Oh my... Excuse me, can you please not stunlock me into any, like, slap happy rage? That would be very considerate of you. Like, I can see them trying. I can see their slaps winding up. Oh, it's, this guy. Mr. X. Welcome to my humble abode. I've been expecting you for some time. Tell me, Axel, what kept you? Enough of your games, what's going on? I am replacing the current city administration with some more dependable subjects. Starting with the chief of police. What have you done with him? Replaced him with a robot, obviously. Relax, he is in a safe place. Awaiting your rescue attempt. Why don't you come and join me? Oh wait, is this a robot? Ah. Were those? Nope, those are not health items. Why does he have giant tiger trophies on the wall in gold? That seems a little much, doesn't it? But I suppose his name is Mr. X, so... And as he surrounds himself with just regular thugs. No fancy troops. Just regular street hooligans named Goldie. Come on, Goldie, step out into the light. Thank you very much. Ah, damn it. Excuse me, Electras? Multiple Electras? How many Electras do you even fit inside this room? That's like, when it comes to, like, lining up all of his henchmen, it's like, that scene in Dodgeball. And now, meet my team. I have Electra, and Electra, and other Electra. Oh no, he was a robot all this time. Okay, so don't focus too much on holding on to him, as much as... Damn it. As much as, throwing. And there goes that continue. Sir, do you have to... I'm trying to just throw him from the get-go, but... Or hit him. But his combo seems a little bit unavoidable? And it's a little bit... It's not that easy to just skip to the end of your throw. Like, Blaze just wants to generally... like, do her knees. She doesn't want to just jump directly to slam. Of course, if this turns out to be the way to do it... oh my gosh. Like, his reach is a bit much. I feel like I'm gonna use up the last of my continues just on this one boss fight. Nope. There we go. Finally. There. Ah, it took so long to flip over his head. There we go. And he's done. I see you continue to destroy what I create. It is obvious you will not join the Syndicate. So I have no further use for the Chief of Police? You will not defeat my other robots so easily. Dr. Zan knows this model was an early prototype. He's right, Axel. We must rescue the Chief of Police before the robot version appears in public. Alright, now, you might notice there has been a few changes in the last few seconds. Ah, son of a... Sirs, can you please stay in one spot? Thank you very much. I started up a new game, and more or less save scummed my way to victory. Oh my gosh, can these people just stay in one spot? Now, it wasn't really my intention, from the get-go to do so. But, and I will try to be, what am I supposed to do here? And my intention wasn't necessarily to do so from the beginning, but... And I'm going to go into it once I reach the end credits, because I feel as though I will be much more clear in regards to what I'm saying, the words that are coming out of my mouth. I don't even understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. But the short answer is that I would like to finish this 1 hour and 30-minute game in 5 to 6 hours. Not 10 to 12 hours. Of which it would likely take if I didn't save Scum this whole thing. So I went through that door. What's in this door? Yeah. Oh my. And I think this is a sequence that a friend of mine told me about, where you have just a very limited amount of time to... excuse me, ma'am. I'm trying to blow this up. And it's taking a lot of hits. Alright. So switch 1 is done. I wonder if that lowers the laser grid on the down the hall. Oh my gosh. Sir, can your attacks slow down just a little bit? Just a little bit. I'm gonna okay, so I'm gonna try not to complain about how fast enemies' attacks are. Largely because that would make a lot of this video pretty redundant. Okay, so that... Oh. So there's the police chief. That's... Do I have to hit up something else in order to save him? I probably have to hit up something else in order to save him. Oh my! So this is where the game really gets stupid. Okay, hold on a second. Alright. There looks like there is a bottom floor, which probably houses the switch that I need to save the police chief. So if I go for that, and then just trial and error from here, which room is actually the correct one? Though you could say that that is very representative of the entire game as a whole. Though you could say that that trial and error is very representative of the game as a whole. Like, this is a game that wants you to learn its patterns. Or should I say the patterns of the enemies more than anything else. Because, like, enemies move in such a fast, rapid pace, they attack at such a rapid pace, that this is a game that requires you to play it multiple times if you expect to actually get any... Did I take it out? I'm going to assume that I did. And I'm going to proceed onward as if I just finished its health in time. I will be very disappointed if I have to go all the way back to that room in order to deal with it again. But at the very least, there's an apple here. There's an apple here. Ah. Sometimes I miss that that button press in order to safely land, and I have no particular understanding as to what I missed about it. And now we go for the middle door. 6 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Although now, at the very least, we're given some sort of understanding that once we defeat the enemies in this room, that the game will just force us out of the room, which is very problematic, especially in a game that suddenly decided, you know what? We're going to give you objectives that are different from beating up the enemies in the area. And now we'll just deal with these remaining... Oh, hello. Where did you come from, sir? Alright, so... Ah, yeah, that counted. Fantastic. Thank goodness you're alive. I feel weak, but I'm unharmed. Chief, it's really good to see you again. Blaze, I'm glad you're still in shape. What does that mean? I have no idea why I was kidnapped. Does it have anything to do with the bombings? There's no time to explain, sir. You must get back to City Hall immediately. You're right, I have a press conference in an hour. Amazing how he actually knows what time it is, even from his imprisonment. Alright, so who is the boss fight? Ooh, are we fighting the Jetpack guy and Shiva? Or just Jetpack Man with a startlingly large nose? Oh, how many? That is a lot of Jetpack Man. So many Jetpack Men. Though it's a little bit easier to hit these guys than it was in, what was it, were these guys a boss in Streets of Rage 1? Ah, damn it. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what hit me with that one. Also, notice how, like, high his heels are. I mean, I suppose it doesn't really matter how high your heels are when you're on a jetpack. Ah, son of a... This screen is getting rather crowded with floaty guys, all on slightly different lines of perspective. So, I'm guessing the other jetpack guys are just going to keep respawning, maybe? And then this central jetpack guy is going to be the one I need to take out. Excuse me, sir, can you please stay in one spot? That would be very kind of you. Oof. At the rate this is going... Guy, can you at least show up on the screen? I feel as though that's, like, my main complaint about this game over all the other Streets of Rage games, is these enemies are constantly, like, just leaving the screen. And it's as if they forget that, like, this is the main section. Like, what happens in the screen is the main section where gameplay occurs. Oh my gosh. Sir, I'm busy punching this guy. Can you please leave me alone? That would be very kind of you. To the tune of some really bad boss music. There he goes. Stage 6 clear. And I still have 3 lives for this continue, plus 2 more continues. So... Oh, who's come to save the day? Is it Skate or... No, it's Skate's dad. Well, if it isn't the old gang in trouble again. Adam! I got your message, Blaze. Somehow I thought I might find you here on the rooftop of this particular building. Adam, you must get the chief to City Hall. Why? What's all the hurry? He's safe now and should get some rest first. Mr. X has created a robot effigy of the chief that will speak to the public at the press conference. I see. We must get the real chief there before the robot so he can explain the danger and clear your name. You know, they buy into this whole robot business really easily. They're like, you don't have to convince me of anything. Ah, son of a... I'm guessing that's a trap. On the floor there. So I definitely don't want to step on it. Oh, 2 swords. Even more swords. A Kusanagi. Nope. I was given too many choices of motorcyclists to kick. There we go. Finally got rid of wings. Ah, son of a... Guys, we're gonna have to work together on this. Alright. Okay, now that one was just my bad. Although it is definitely inconvenient that the motorcyclists started spawning back onto the screen at alternate times. Yep. I can't duck, so you can't duck either. It's a law. It's a rule. You gotta obey it. And there he goes. Fantastic. And just some random robots for no particularly good reason. Well, I suppose I've been fighting robots this entire area, so I guess it makes sense that I'm fighting more robots. Although it seems as though this particular breed of robot doesn't really have much of an attack other than commit suicide. Like, the gray robots seem to at least have some sort of, like, horizontal attack. This kind of, like, blaster thing. Oh, and they have a charge attack, too. But... okay. I guess there was a trap there that I did not see. Ah, damn it. See, I'm not necessarily worried about scumming my way through the rest of the game. Largely because I feel like 3 continues is probably enough to safely Oh my gosh, you ass. It might be enough to make my way through the rest of the game, I hope. But I do have a save file right at the beginning of Stage 6 that I could probably rely on to get myself back onto my feet, if so need be. Because there are a lot of cheap hits in this game. Sir, the game is happening on the screen, not on the off screen. Ah! It's these Mr. X's! Except now they have no health. I'm okay with that. And they just kind of slide on screen and laugh. Sir, I can't hit you when you're slightly off screen. But you can hit me when you're off screen. That's a feature, not a bug. Now, what do these new robots do? Ah, damn it. Other than... And what is this guy doing in the background with his research? Somewhere out there was somebody at Sega who was like, you know what's the best level design in a Streets of Rage game? It's the level with the conveyor belts. Really good stuff. We need more levels with conveyor belts and traps that just hit you from the background. That's what Streets of Rage is all about. That and elevators. Oh my gosh. Excuse me, McLean. Not McLean. He's, McLean. Also, is it just me, or does it seem as though they're not affected by the conveyor belt? Like, it doesn't really seem to be moving them across that easily. Like, they're at least hit by that laser thing. I can at least get that out. Even if the other environmental aspects of whatever's going on in this stage does not seem to be affecting them. Ah. Oh my gosh. You jerks. Now I will never know what's inside that box. Well, maybe one day. Maybe today. There we go. There goes one of them. Damn it. I was hoping I could finish punching him and then get out in time, but I was caught in the trap of the conveyor belt, of which does not seem to affect any of these enemies. Alright, I think that did clear them out. It's... Alright, there's at least a turkey going on here. I can at least rely on that. Where is the jetpack guy? Did he just get tired of fighting me and peace out? That's what it seems like is going on, because he just kind of left the fight. Sir, the fight is on the main screen. Can you please join me in the screen? Sir, the fight is in the center of the screen, not on the outskirts. Sir, finally. Yeah, the jetpack guy just peaced out, I think. What is going on here? Oh, there's another stage hazard to avoid. Ah, son of a... So I need to stay at the bottom of the screen. Fight against the forces of Dr. Dawn. Probably the guy in charge of Mr. X's robotic division. Although I suppose if this fight is as easy as it feels, I mean, as long as I maintain myself at the bottom of the screen, it's fairly easy to avoid Dr. Dawn's attacks. It's just a really long fight, because you can only get so many hits in before you start to move back up towards the top of the screen. I mean, I'm not complaining that much. It's just Dr. Dawn's contraption feels more like a punch sponge, so to speak. Oh, okay. This is where it changes. What? Dr. Dom was the key to my plan. Now you've destroyed my robot factory. The city will pay for your meddling big time. Is Mr. X, don't you ever give up. You're helpless. Surrender. You're also a brain in a jar. That's where you're wrong, handsome one. My loyal followers in the syndicate have planted bombs throughout the city, primed to detonate within the hour. Even you will not be able to stop mass destruction. Face it, Mr. X, Dr. Dom is no longer with you. Do you expect to run the city from a glass vial? Yes, traitor. Let me show you how. Alright. I have 3 minutes to complete this fight against Robot Y, who has lots of health and is just spinning all throughout the stage. Takes only 1 hit before getting knocked down. It's a little bit hard to get combos in if only... There we go. Sir, can you please get on the ground somehow? This is a really annoying boss fight. There we go, finally. Okay. Ah, damn it. Okay, he just grabbed me out of my grab. And none of those hits connected. Like, this guy has a mysterious hitbox. Of which I don't necessarily understand. There we go. Finally, one hit. Yeah, just getting any hits on him is really problematic. Okay. I will admit that it was really stupid that that worked. But I will accept it. Because this means that I can stop playing. And move on with my life. I'm dying. Please help me. Are you kidding? Well, if I die, you die. Goodbye. This guy never gives up. Let's get out of here. This place is going to blow up. He has activated the self-destruct sequence. We must hurry or we will die. I can't find a way out. All the doors are locked. Axel, Skate, Zan, what are we gonna do? Yup, I think we had it. Hey, little brother, you don't think I'd let you die, do you? Adam, are we glad to see you? Get us out of here, fast! How very Resident Evil 1 of them. Okay. So now that Zan, Skate, Blaze, and Axel are gazing wistfully into the distant horizon. Let us talk about this game. Oh, hold on. The Syndicate's headquarters and robot factory were destroyed in the explosion. Using Adam's police helicopter, the team managed to locate and defuse all the bombs planted by Mr. X. Dr. Dom informed the police of all the city officials who had been kidnapped, whereupon their robot duplicates were destroyed, and the real officials returned to their posts. Dr. Dom was placed in an asylum where he is said to be doing well. Dr. Zan was pardoned by the city for his role in the overthrow of the Syndicate. The team spent some time together in the city and then went their separate ways. So yeah, I more or less save scummed my way to victory, and part of that was the amount of time. Like, I feel as for my playing Streets of Rage 3 that it is it's closer to your classic NES style game, where it wants you to spend time playing through the game over and over and over again. Only those who master it can complete it. Which, it's fine. There's a market for this. I realize that I've turned into a product of modern gaming, reliant on things such as checkpoints, and save games in order to better learn a fight, to play through a game. And I would argue that the presence of checkpoints would make sense for a game like this, largely because, like, I feel as though the actual playing of the game, like, anybody should be able to beat the game, but it's the scoreboard that really is where, like, the masters of the game would challenge each other. Like, if it takes me, like, 15 continues to make it to the end of the game, that's fine. That just means that I'm terrible at the game, and I will likely not see myself on the scoreboard. I will not be competition for people who have mastered the game, which is fine. But I will still be able to see the game, rather than kind of block it off for people who are masters of the game. Or at the very least, not necessarily masters, but people who have played it over and over again and have gotten to the point in which they have a better understanding of the ways in which to either skillfully defeat a boss, as one might do, or cheaply defeat a boss, as like I just did. Though I do say that there are various amounts of flaws that this game has, and not even necessarily including the sequence where you have to defuse the bombs, or should I say defuse the lasers in order to save the police chief, because that sequence there is an entire epitome to trial and error. You only have so much time in order to explore any given hallway, any given room. So if you decide to search more than one wrong room, you are likely going to already run out of time. I would be more towards, like, I feel as though the way that the enemies are sped up, I would have to look up the original footage as seen on, like, a Genesis as opposed to the Vintage Collection. But it does feel as though enemies move a lot faster than they should. There's a lot faster reaction time that they have than they probably should have. Like, especially boss fights like against Robot Axel or Robot Mr. X, where if you just move your character in line with the boss, you will get hit. It's less about avoiding damage, it's more about, like, you just can't do what you normally do against pretty much every other enemy, because their attacks are fast enough. Like especially Axel with his kicks are fast enough. And then couple that with the fact that enemies more or less bound from one side of the screen to the other. Like, you do have the ability to run, but you can only run in a straight line, and it requires a double tap. So by the time an enemy has bounded to one side of the screen, you've only started to run, in which case an enemy will just bound back to the other side of the screen. And they're just sliding all over the place. And then to make matters worse is they're constantly moving off screen, which is incredibly annoying, especially since they can also attack you from off screen. So if I was going to make any particular changes to Streets of Rage 3, to make it what I would consider a more enjoyable experience, I would say infinite continues. Maybe not necessarily infinite lives. Infinite continues. The reason why I would say infinite continues rather than infinite lives is because once you run out of lives, that's when your score goes onto the scoreboard. And then once you use a continue, your score resets to 0. So this would allow, like, the people who are dedicated to the game, who want to master the game, for their experience, for their abilities to stand out, while this would also allow people who aren't necessarily good at the game and are just trying it out the first time to play through it. I was just watching Dunkey's video on difficulty in games, and I'm going to link it in the description. But one of the things he talked about was playing Ikaruga with infinite continues. And he talked about like how the first time he died so many times. He used up so many continues. But the second time he played, he didn't quite die quite as much. And the third time, not as much as that. Because every time he played through the game, he was getting better at it. He was learning how to improve. Whereas limiting people's lives and continues, it prevents people from improving. It forces players to essentially, you only learn one section of the game. And then when you get to the next section, you're back to square one, learning how to play that section of the game. So yeah, infinite continues, but not infinite lives. That would be my first change in order for what I would consider to make the game better. The second one is to limit the screen space, or should I say limit enemy movement to the screen space. The constant movement of enemies beyond screen space does not represent gameplay. Gameplay occurs within what the parameters of your television. It does not occur beyond the parameters of which your character can move. So limiting enemies to the same space that your character is limited to is something that I feel makes a lot of sense. Now, and then the third... now notice how both of these changes wouldn't necessarily require additional assets to be created. Just a few lines of code. The one change that I would probably say that might require a few more assets to be created would be, I feel as though enemies could use a little bit of lead-in to some of their attacks, rather than just spring an attack out of nothing. But at the very least, slow down the enemies to Streets of Rage 2 and Streets of Rage, maybe not even to Streets of Rage 1, but at least Streets of Rage 2 levels. So at the same time, like, if your character is supposed to be awesome, like, why are these basic bad guys just moving so much faster than you? So yeah, those would be my suggestions to what I feel would fix some of this game's issues. Otherwise, it's not as bad as I was expecting. One day I might try to give it a go, if I have a lot of free time, just to try to succeed in one go, right, without having to worry about saving and loading. Just start from level 1, finish in level 7. Now is not that time, but maybe one day. In the meantime, if you have any suggestions for someone to play next, leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.